Having sold both final expense at an extremely high level, along with a little bit of Medicare Advantage mixed in here and there, I do have what I believe is a very unique perspective on what works and what doesn't work, along with where to start if you're looking at working the Medicare Advantage and or final expense sales market. Should you start with Medicare Advantage sales and then cross-sell final expense insurance, or the other way around, or should you just start selling both of them at the same time? I'm Doug Massey, and as always, I will be more than happy to share my opinion, and hopefully the information in this video is going to help you to make a better decision on what your game plan and activities will be in order for you to be successful at both final expense sales and selling Medicare insurance products. Stick around until the end of the video and I'm going to show you how to get our Overcoming Objections super file, which has scripts on overcoming objections during like all kinds of different scenarios, from door knocking leads to closing the sale. And yes, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and if you're a new viewer, we ask that you subscribe. We're putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos like pretty much every week. Every now and then, I end up having a conversation with an agent that will actually tell me how, well, they're wanting to sell Medicare insurance so that they can cross-sell those clients, final expense insurance. Thing is, that's not really, guys, this is my opinion, what I believe to be the correct way to go about the insurance business for both long-term and short-term monies and success. CMS, the Center for Medicare Services, recently made some changes in what is allowed, what they permit, and what's not allowed as far as marketing to the senior Medicare insurance market. The bottom line is this. Guys, if you're going to be compliant and actually follow the rules and not risk your license, follow the rules for selling Medicare insurance, and especially those main products that we sell, that Medicare beneficiaries use, which is Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans, you're basically not going to be able to use the same verbiage that you were a year ago on like a lead card or a Facebook ad. Therefore, the new regulations have made generating leads that are actually 100% compliant like ridiculously expensive. And what's really messed up is that most insurance agencies are just flat out ignoring these changes. Screw the rules. And they're still using the same exact leads and same exact sales methods that they know are not compliant. I mean, look, I kind of get it. Thing is that they know that if they push compliance on all their agents, that their profits are definitely going to go south. So they feel that, they kind of feel like they got no choice. They got to keep doing things the old way until somebody gets caught, somebody gets in trouble, somebody gets fined, and then they'll deal with it then. And it's funny. This type of attitude has been going on for years. Did you know that you are not allowed to ask for referrals from a Medicare Advantage client? Well, you can ask for life insurance referrals, right? But you can't even ask them to send you their friends and family in reference to their Medicare Advantage plans. That's really messed up, but it is 100% true. And if you add that to the tiny first-year commission, the small amount of money that you're going to earn from selling Medicare insurance, for that first year again, and it's going to be really difficult for you to make enough short-term money to make this work. Pretty much impossible if you're doing things compliantly. Medicare Advantage plans are only going to pay you like a few $100s per year when you're switching your client from one plan to the next. And think about it, that's most of the people you're going to see. Most folks get their Medicare Advantage plan as soon as they're turning 65. If you think you're going to survive just selling T65s, you're wrong. The good news is that the carriers are going to pay lifetime renewals for every client that you sell. And that means basically over $3,000 in commission per client that stays with you over a 10-year period. $3,000 commission per client. Yeah, over a 10-year period. Here's what I recommend. Since the average sale for final expense on a strong platform, like the one that we have, is actually around, I want to say, maybe $900 AP to $1,000 AP. You do the math, at a 100 to 110% commission level, which is where we start our agents, you're getting a nice chunk of change up front for every final expense sale that you make. Even better, once they're actually your client, you can compliantly reach out to these folks and let them know that you can also help them with their Medicare Advantage or Medicare supplement plans. That's right. The Center of Medicare Services is completely cool. Still, that might change, but right now they're totally cool with this. So now you literally have the easiest cross-sell in the senior market. Your book of life insurance business is the best lead program that you're ever gonna want. You're ever gonna need for Medicare Advantage sales, which again comes with those big ol' lifetime commission renewals. So no, selling Medicare insurance first and then cross-selling the client's final expense is not really the smart way to go. I mean, think about it. Common sense is going to tell you that it's a lot easier to sell someone something with zero premium when they're already your client, who's already paying for insurance, than it is to do it the other way around. In other words, let's say they're your Medicare Advantage client, and now you're going to go to them asking for money. That's not the way to do it. Why not just start out selling Medicare Advantage and final expense at the same time? Well, here's why. Learning how to sell final expense insurance is a process, and there is absolutely a learning curve to it. Now, Medicare Advantage, it's a lot more complicated. I mean, you're required to take a very long and intensive AHIP test every single year, and you got to pass it. And the Medicare Advantage carriers, all of them are going to require you to do their own certifications and tests every single year, and yes, you have to pass those too, again, with every single carrier. It's a lot. I mean, we're talking like an annual brain melt, which to me, it just makes sense to master the art of final expense sales first. It's an easier product to learn how to sell. You can get leads to sell it that are compliant and cheap. And then once you've got a nice book of business, maybe I would say the way we did it, maybe a couple thousand clients, work on getting certified and trained for Medicare Advantage prescription drug and Medicare supplement sales. And guys, those of you who are already selling Medicare Advantage, I will drop a 1,000 piece mailer for every 10 enrollments that you make if you move your Medicare contracts over to us. And yes, you're going to get paid full commissions from the carriers along with those hefty lifetime renewals. Oh yeah, we're talking big money, baby. If you'd like a copy of the Overcoming Objections Superfile that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more information on working with us on a remote final expense agent platform, which is how we can guarantee you 20 to 30 appointments per day, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there and do whatever it is that you've got to do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.